Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit the subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Now, here's a story I meant to bring you last week, but unfortunately, I lost the recording and had not been able to get back to redo it. So here we go. Apparently, here in America, it is illegal to do a lot of things. Apparently, it is illegal to wear a backpack while black. It's apparently illegal to have a barbecue while black. It's illegal to sell bottled water while black. And in many cases, it seems to be illegal to drive or walk or exist while black. So let's add to that now, shall we? Now it is a crime, apparently to some, that a black man could possibly babysit white children. So we have ourselves an incident of babysitting while black. In Marietta, Georgia, back on around the 10th of October, there was a man babysitting two white children. And a woman called the cops because it was a black man babysitting two white children. Oh, the horror! What is wrong with people? What in the hell is wrong with these people these days? You think you can just call the cops on anybody because you don't like what they look like? Who the hell are you? You think it's okay to sit there and call the cops and scare the shit out of these children? You think that's okay? You think it's okay to call the cops on a man simply because he's doing his job? The man was doing his job. He had been babysitting these children for over 2 years now. Then all of a sudden, some white racist bitch comes up and decides that it's not right. This took place in Marietta, Georgia. It started at a Subway. Corey Lewis, he's a black man who happens to be a babysitter. He also runs an outreach program for kids of all races. A mentoring program for all kids. Kids of all races. He's, from what I'm seeing, he's a good guy, doing some good stuff to try and help kids. I have seen no reports of him being anything but outstanding with children. But apparently he was leaving a Subway in Marietta, Georgia on that Sunday, right around the 10th of October. And a white woman approached him and asked if the kids were okay. His response was, why wouldn't they be okay? And she said, according to Corey Lewis here, the woman said she followed him outside his home, which is apparently where he returned to with the kids, waiting for the parents to come pick them up. And then she ended up calling the cops. She called the police after harassing this man, getting the police out there. And for what? For what? The man was babysitting. The man was doing a job. These racist pieces of crap out here, they've got to stop. It doesn't make any damn sense. What is wrong with people? So the cops arrive. They even get the kids out of the car. When they're when they're on their way home. And the kids were scared to death. Here they were, knowing what was going on, but scared to death they were going to do the wrong thing or say something wrong that might get the man arrested for something he didn't do. They didn't know what to think. And the parents are outraged. There is no reason for this to happen. This is 2018. What right do these people have to just call the cops anytime they don't like what someone looks like? It doesn't make any sense. In her 911 call, she was telling the dispatcher she felt she had a funny feeling because it was a black man with two white kids. So her first assumption is that the kids are being kidnapped. And then she expected the man, according to his video, she expected the man to show her the children. A man should not show some stranger who's acting crazy children. You had no right to even ask him to see those children. So I really don't understand. This is another crazy situation of, once again, trying to doing anything while black, apparently. There are some racists out there you cannot get around. They're everywhere. And it's very unfortunate that in the age of Donald Trump, white nationalists and other racist pieces of crap have come out believing that they have the right to be racist. That they have the right to call the cops on anybody they choose just for not looking like them. I am so sick and tired of seeing these stories. I don't really to the point I don't like covering them because they happen so often. But I believe we have to say something. We have to speak up. Because I believe if you remain silent, you're complicit. These people need to be put in their place. These racist pieces of crap need to go on with themselves. They keep trying to, marginalize minorities. That's what this whole administration is about, as you'll see, as you probably saw in my other video. But what is it with people? This man was just doing his job. Taking care of these two kids the best he could. He took them to Subway. He fed them. And was taking them home. And this woman calls the cops on him. Pathetic. Just freaking pathetic. And Corey Lewis, I am sorry this happened to you. You keep doing the good work that you've been doing from what I've heard that you've been doing, your mentoring program that you run, and taking care of these kids. Keep it up. Keep doing a good job. Don't worry what these haters have to say. Screw them. They don't. There's nothing. Some people you just can't reach. And you just keep doing your thing. But there again, much like the last guy that I did a video over, or one of the last guys, the guy at the apartment who the white woman wouldn't let enter his own apartment building. Just like him, this guy was very calm, rational, in the face of something completely irrational. So I commend Mr. Lewis for keeping his cool, especially in front of the children. And I am sorry that these kids had to go through that too. Because they were scared. I'm sure he was scared. And it's a bad situation. You should not call the cops on somebody unless you think somebody is literally, in danger of being murdered or kidnapped. But I don't believe she really thought that. I believe this woman saw a black man with white children and automatically assumed he was doing something wrong. Anyhow, this has been the Big Ranch Show. I've been your host, Jacob Keck, and I'll see you down the road. And people, quit calling the cops every time you see somebody you don't like. I'll see you down the road.